You think you're a good person. So did everyone who ever crossed a line. They swore they never would. Give you authority. Remove consequences. Add silence. And the question isn't if you'd change. It's how fast. Stay with me, because this isn't about evil people. It's about what power does to you. It doesn't begin with cruelty. It begins with comfort. You're placed into a role carefully, given clear rules, clear boundaries, a structure that feels orderly and reassuring. You're told this system exists for a reason, that it's temporary, controlled, safe. At first, nothing about you changes. You act the way you always have. You're polite, measured, fair. You believe you're still you. Then comes the first moment of enforcement. One rule applied. One decision that makes someone uncomfortable. You wait for pushback, for consequences, for resistance. None comes. And something subtle shifts. Not around you, inside you. Because when nothing goes wrong, when no one challenges you, your mind learns a dangerous lesson. This is acceptable. Authority is formalized. You're given a title, a uniform, a position others recognize. And slowly, almost invisibly, your personal identity begins to shrink. You stop responding as an individual. You begin responding as a function. Across from you is another human being, but that connection feels weaker now. You don't see a person anymore. You see behavior, compliance, resistance, something to control, something to correct. Empathy doesn't vanish. It simply steps aside, quietly, without protest. Power doesn't announce itself as evil. It feels efficient, clean, logical. When you assert control, chaos decreases. When you raise your voice, people comply. Things move faster. Your brain rewards you with confidence, certainty, a sense of purpose, and without realizing it, you begin confusing control with correctness. If it works, it must be right. Then comes hesitation, a flicker of discomfort, a quiet internal warning. Your mind responds instantly. They deserved it. This is necessary. This is how order is maintained. I'm not harming them, I'm educating them. The explanation soothes you. The discomfort fades. And just like that, a line is crossed. One you didn't even notice was there. Others are watching now. They see what's happening, but they say nothing. They do nothing. Their silence feels stabilizing, almost supportive. If this were wrong, someone would intervene, right? Silence becomes permission, and permission invites escalation. So you go further. Eventually, reactions stop registering. Fear becomes routine. Discomfort becomes background noise. You don't feel angry. You don't feel cruel. You feel detached. The person in front of you no longer feels like someone similar to you. They become a variable, a task, a problem to be solved. And once a human being becomes an object, there are no limits to what can be done to them. Your behavior's noticed. You're praised, trusted, given more responsibility, more access, more power. Validation reinforces the pattern, because the mind repeats what gets rewarded. You don't feel corrupted. You feel competent. You don't think you've changed. You think you've improved. Later, when questions arise, you already have answers prepared. I was following protocol. That's how the system works. I didn't have a choice. And the most frightening part, you believe it. Because responsibility has dissolved into the structure, and systems never feel guilt. Eventually, the role disappears. The authority is removed. The structure collapses. But something remains. A memory. A realization. You didn't resist. And now you know something about yourself. Something you can never unknow. This isn't about experiments. It's about environments. Workplaces. Institutions. Relationships. Families. Anywhere authority goes unchecked. Anywhere silence replaces conscience. The most dangerous systems don't look violent. They look organized, professional, normal. So the real question isn't historical. It's personal, under pressure, with approval, surrounded by silence. Who would you become? Because the Lucifer Effect doesn't turn people evil. It reveals what happens when awareness fades. Question authority that punishes questioning. Anchor your identity beyond titles and roles. Demand accountability, not permission. Watch for these signs. Harm justified as necessary. Emotional detachment from others. Silence treated as agreement. Avoid these behaviors. Blind obedience. Dehumanizing language. Group loyalty over moral clarity. Mental control strategies. Ask, would I accept this if I were on the other side? Speak early. Early resistance disrupts systems. Monitor how power changes your thinking. Darkness grows slowly. Awareness interrupts it early. If this unsettled you, that's not weakness. That's awareness. Like this video, not to support me, but to mark that awareness. Subscribe, because understanding darkness is how you stop it from controlling you. And comment below, what situation do you think could push a good person too far? Because the most dangerous question isn't, could this happen again? It's this: would you notice when it started happening to you?